non-alcoholic?
Sure. I mean, that blue one looks fun.
This
is LaCroix?
Oh, this is a LaCroix. This is an IPA and a Budweiser. Which do you prefer?
A non-alcoholic IPA?
Yeah, these are all non-alcoholic.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. Do you want to try this?
Mm-hmm. I love the brandy. Look at that.
And then I'm gonna have one of these.
You know, IPAs are my favorite.
I do now. Does it stand for I couldn't think of anything.
Dang, I was like ready. I was like,
I hate when I do that. I'm like thinking I'm gonna be really funny with my alternative thing.
What do you say for IPA? It stands for nothing.
It stands for I pee a lot after I drink 4.
Dang it!
Oh, that was pretty good.
All those letters.
Well,
you got to show the A a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, yeah, I pee a lot.
I pee always.
Yeah, but if I drink 4 of them, I definitely pee a lot. But that's pretty much all.
Pretty a good amount.
Yeah.
I feel like we have like Bud Light, which are you'd have like 2, and then be like.
Yeah, but Budweiser.
Oh.
They don't actually. Well, I haven't seen any Bud Light non-alcoholics.
Probably not a thing.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that was a thing, or this was a thing.
Me neither till I started not drinking. But it's really helpful for like this.
It gives a taste. I'll tell you that.
Dude, right? The best one. Well, actually, those do taste like real IPAs. I just have never had that breweries like compare. But Guinness has one, and it tastes exactly like Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
And Guinness already only has like 2% alcohol or something. So.
God, stupid. Why even do that? Like, I get IPAs, I mean, because, higher percentage. But the ones that I'm really obsessed with lately are cold IPAs. You know what I'm talking about?
Like right out of the fridge.
I actually don't even know what it means. I forgot. So I was telling you for the first time. So like, it's the way that it's brewed. And I was like, I thought there's like, here's an IPA, like a cold one.
Is it like a cold press, like a...
Yes, some kind of...
Like cold press coffee, kind of?
I guess it's the way they press it, yeah. Oh. I don't know.
Huh.
And they also have like whiskey barreled IPA. Like there's just like a whole other world that I don't even know about.
Yeah. You could pretty much do anything with a beer. I think there was like one time that...
That is so true in so many ways.
10 right. 10 Barrel would put like Fruity Pebbles or something in it.
That's disgusting.
Or they like finish their beer off with, I don't know, somebody did something like that.
Well, I hope it's the second option, because the first one sounds like a non-seller.
Yeah, I can't remember which beer they did it. Well, you can. I have more.
I was like, can you imagine?
You're like, I'm not getting drunk. Well, these are probably have a subtle amount of alcohol. Most of the non-alcoholics are less than. Yeah, less than. Does it say less than or just like 0.5?
Contains less than.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't know what that meant. Doesn't mean 0.1.
0.49.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I mostly stick to the zeros. Like this is 0. Heineken's are zeros.
I'll take the 0.5 for you.
Because I figured if I drank like 6 of those in a podcast, it would be like 1 beer, and then I would be breaking my thing. And so. But I do drink like 1 of them here and there.
Yeah, it doesn't really count. So when I did 75 hard, I had to drink.
Do that?
Oh, dude. I was gonna do it again, and when I really thought to myself, I was like, how did I feel after the first time? And after the first time, I was like, fuck, like, now that I'm, like, done, like, all this bad shit sounds so good. Eating shit, like, going out, drinking, not working out, and then, sure enough, in, like, less than a month, I'm like, I gained it all back, like.
Did you gain, like, the same amount of weight you lost in 75 hard back?
It's, like, almost was there. Like, now I'm here, and now, just really falling off the rocker, but,
That's crazy. Because I'm pretty...
It's not attainable.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that 75 hard. I thought that that's like a jumping point, and then you go into a more moderate lifestyle.
But it's still technically the same, just like more stuff you add on.
Did you do don't you have to read like a book a day or a couple
10 pages?
10 pages a day to do that?
Yeah.
Did you do the two? You did the 2 workouts?
Everything, every single day, and I did it in winter. I started. Let's see, what was it? January 10th, like this year. And so I finished in like May.
Shit. When did I meet you? It was this year, right?
Yes. I mean, probably in the spring.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
So that's like right when I finished it.
You are actually probably my podcast wise you're probably like my most recent friend. Like, because I'm like at some
That's
point,
interesting. You're gonna get to know a lot about me, I guess.
This is Sarah.
Yes, hello. It's like the second time we've met, literally.
Yeah. No, because I had to come back and shoot again.
Okay, well, third time. Just put that out there. Just photographer things, and the things just like.
No, I was just unhappy with my photos, and so I was like, "Can we please shoot again?"
Right. I would rather not have that reaction than what happened, actually.
Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever had yet somebody be like, "Hey, can we redo a session?" But,
well, actually, one, but also they're like, "Hey, can we shoot at like 1 p.m.?" And I'm like, "Okay." And you want to be in this area that's like literally bright sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did a reading of Flash because I was like, when I was very much starting, and she was like, you know what? And they were there showing them like, we love that. And then afterwards they're like, actually, we don't like any of them. And I was like, oh, totally different perception, I guess. I thought I was like, I like that. Like, and you're like smiling. I was like, wow, shocked.
Yeah.
So and then I told them, I was like, hey, since you already paid me, I'll reshoot it for free.
Yeah. That's a good move.
Never heard from them again. I was like, that makes me feel terrible.
I don't know. I guess to me, do you tell people like how long you've been doing it professionally, or like if somebody asks you that doesn't know you?
Well, when I was photographing her, I was like very new to this. I was like just started doing headshots. So I was like, you're so fun. She was new, so I thought I could share where I was at.
So I think that partially or potentially is good, and then also like when somebody's hiring you, they know that they're hiring someone new. Like I mean, I think that I'm good, but I'm also not a 15-year photographer. So somebody who wants a 15-year photographer to shoot something will buy that, or like will hire that. They're not gonna hire me in the first place. So somebody who does hire me, and then it's not like as good as like $3,000 photo shoot, it would be a little remiss to just be like, well, this isn't up to our standards. I'm like, well, you hired me, keep my standards low. No, just I don't know. Yeah. Like I got hired, like, the first wedding I shot, I charge a low amount, it's literally the first one, and they're taking a risk for sure. So like if something doesn't come out perfect, well, that was a risk they
don't feel like they paid so much money, and then you feel good because you're like, I feel like that was my worth. Like you don't know where you start at. So I feel like I'm in the range where I'm like, I want people who have money be like, oh, easy, done, let's do it. And people who don't have a lot of money are like, oh, I feel like I could swing that. Yeah. So it's like a good balance because there's some people who charge thousands of dollars for shoots, and I'm like, what?
That's where I want to be. Like I'm gonna shoot for like higher end, but I also don't know exactly if I'm going to do like full-time photography or I'm gonna do part video. Yeah, same. Or if this does enough to like make me money, I'll do this and do some photo shoots. I just want to do whatever I want. It's like as long as you're doing cool shit. I know a lot of people sort of like niche down. And I'm like, yeah, I guess
that's what they tell me, but I love everything.
If you want, like, I understand if you want to be like really good at something and very well known in that industry, yeah, for sure. But like, I don't really care that much about that.
Oh my gosh.
Got me.
That was so deep. I literally thought there was like thunder.
Yeah, it was probably like, maybe I've been drinking all day and saving that just for that moment.
Oh, wow. That's like, I don't think I have one of those. Ready? Darn it, didn't come prepared.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. But, like, just creative shit. Like, I also am a musician and did, like, music all in my 20s.
Do all the creative.
I haven't done a ton of it yet, but, that's where I want to get to a point where I do some projects and then I have some free time and then I can make some music or work on another podcast.
What kind of music? Reggae?
No.
Like a reggae type of
Do I?
Yeah.
Huh. I would have never pegged myself.
Just feel like, vibey.
I played in like a pop rock band when I was in my 20s. When I moved to Idaho, we played for maybe like 6 years still. And then when I quit, I didn't do anything creative for a while.
Over there?
No, it was like, so we started the band in San Diego where I lived for a while. And then I moved up here with a buddy who was in the band, and then we got 2 members up here. No, I mean, we changed members different times, as people come and go. But, and then we did like a little Northwest tour and stuff.
Northwest tour?
We played
Washington?
Yeah, we played Seattle and Portland.
Oh, those are great places.
Salt Lake. And we played Tree Fort once.
6 years is a long time. That was like your full-time thing?
No.
Oh.
I did play music full time, but it was like solo. I just like gigged in bars and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I did like I don't know, I would do like 10 to 15 gigs a month. But it was like,
That's quite a bit though.
yeah, maybe
Like
it was
almost
like
half
8 to
the month.
12.
Mm.
Because you couldn't really like, I mean, you can only play like 3 nights a week.
Because your voice.
Well, also
singing?
because like no, there's not a lot of bars that like have music every night, So it's like you're trying to Friday, Saturday nights are almost always booked.
That makes tons of sense.
If you get busy enough, but then it's like a random Monday here and a Thursday there, But
Random times.
so I did that full time for about a year, but the band was just like for fun. But we were like trying to like get big, but we just didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Like,
You're in your 20s.
yeah,
I mean,
the music's pretty good. It was like kind of like 90s-ish pop rock, but yeah, I mean,
can you give me an
I
example?
thought we were good. Well,
I'm like thinking of a couple.
oh,
like,
people
what's your-
people would say we were like, not everyone, but somebody told me once, and I thought it was pretty good. It was like we were a mix between 30 Seconds to Mars and Coldplay.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we liked it. I
30
liked
Seconds
it.
to Mars? Are you kidding me? You're touching like a little chord. Haven't heard that name in a long time.
It's crazy how many people know of Jared Leto and they don't know he had a band or has a band. I'll be like, dude, I love 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, I used to listen to their stuff all the time.
Yeah, I didn't really love their new stuff, but
I haven't
some
caught
of their
up
old
since I was a
records
kid.
are, yeah.
Just like crazy because I was a kid.
Yeah, like first 2, 3 records are pretty dope. And their music
get on
videos,
that.
I don't know if you've ever watched, super like creative and trippy and yeah.
Oh, well, that sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so it'd just be dope to like, just create full time and then do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, that's where I'm at. I'm looking, and I feel like I just figured out my 10-year plan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, photography's fun. And like, people are asking, in business, what's your 5-year plan? I'm like, 5 years is kind of like really not that far away. And I feel a lot can happen from now.
Yeah.
So give me 10 years what I'd like to accomplish, that kind of thing. Because you imagine setting goals and then life can turn you a completely different way.
Yeah.
So I just like don't prep like that.
I typically don't have goals at all.
This is the first time I've had goals, okay? I'm
Really?
like, looking at 10 years, I'm like, this is what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for me. if I do like a 6-month goal, I try to still keep it more of like a focus, because if I continuously miss my goal, then I just feel like I'm like terrible. I'm like, wow, I'm really,
This does not sound fun.
I'm sucking at life because I missed my goal again, And so I'd prefer to just feel like
That's
I
rough.
also don't want to make it tedious. Like when you're going super hard at something, I don't want it to become tedious. So I want to be able to enjoy it. So for me, I'm like I want to take a break. I don't know. But lately I've been working really, really hard. So I do kind of have like a goal up here, but I don't
You got
like
this.
kind of about this time. I want to be here. Yeah. What's your tenure?
I
don't. That's why I was asking.
It was such a quick transition. I was like listening to you. I was like, oh shit. All right, here we go. So, do you know like the Windermere real estate building at the freeway in Boise? It's like
No.
around the ride. It's like brick,
Oh yeah,
red
yeah.
brick. So I literally want that building. I literally want it.
You want to buy it?
At some point or another, I'm gonna come into Windermere and be like, I'm buying this shit.
How tall is it? That's dope.
Dude, it's like 3 stories, I believe, maybe 2.
Oh,
But honestly, this is a vision. So it's like a lot of space and like industrial. And just that building's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to touch it. And then you walk in, it's like office, and then maybe some like podcast room, and then like a stage at the bottom
Yeah.
for like speeches,
Yeah.
conferences, and then over here, more like offices, studios, maybe upstairs, all different photography rooms. And, like,
Oh
themes.
yeah.
It's like one for boudoir, one for just like a wall with different colors and
Right.
backdrops. And then, I'll have to think about the other rooms, but that's the
Yeah.
vision.
That's
Just
really
have
dope.
like a like you can find all kinds of things there.
Yeah. Like a
And like
big
you rent
production.
it, the studios, rent them out,
Right.
make some passive income.
Would you also be like shooting there?
Oh, 100%.
Obviously, yeah. Like
And I want to do speeches. Like that's my heart and my soul.
You can be like teaching courses and stuff.
Dude, I just want to be inspiring people, telling stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my jam.
That's dope.
I love being on a stage because I'm an only child, fun fact, but I also have like half siblings.
Okay.
I have like 5 of them, but some on my mom, some on my dad's side. and they're anywhere from 42 to like 52 years old.
Oh shit.
So like we don't relate.
Yeah.
And so you know, I got a lot of attention as a kid, and you know, had 2 rooms. Like that's just kind of stupid. But my parents had me like later in life. Like I was literally not supposed to happen.
Yeah. Hey, same. High five.
Birth control, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I was an accident for sure.
We go Las Vegas.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Right. But
I don't think my parents had sex. I think my dad probably jerked off in the bed one time and my mom accidentally laid in it, and that's probably how I got conceived. Because I can't imagine my parents ever having sex. It's just like they literally like.
Same with my parents. They hate each other.
Yeah,
they hate each other, but like, you know,
my parents hate
they're
each
just
other.
older, so like I can't see it. I think that's why. My parents love each other. It's just like sometimes it's just different. They're your parents.
Oh, by the way, if Russ,
Russell.
if you do want to look at a camera, that one's yours.
Nice.
Not that really you have to, because.
Well, now I'm gonna keep looking.
Yeah. I noticed you would like look up, so I was just curious.
I was looking at this one for sure.
That was mine.
I was like,
yeah.
great. Hello. Oh my gosh.
I actually.
Hello, Prince.
That Momo, we should let him out here too.
Is that him trying to bust down the door?
Come on, Momo. Come on. Come on.
Wait, he didn't just open that door, right?
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. He did not just.
I just was shutting it because the bugs get inside, but I guess I can leave it open. It's not really buggy.
Not really buggy.
We'll let them come in and out. I like when they come on the podcast. Russell's on my lap.
Yeah, that tail is so. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Well, she also like shaves him and then leaves the tail pop and the little mane pop, and it looks a little funky when he's first gets shaved, but like in a week he looks really good.
Do they get along?
Sometimes, and then sometimes
I
they
think
kind of
Russell
fight like
wants to literally
brothers.
Go kill him.
But they normally play fight, but every once in a while they like fight.
Whoa. Well, they're 2 guys, aren't they?
Come here.
Is Momo a boy?
Yeah.
That makes sense. They're like trying to assert dominance.
I don't think Momo's been on the pod, but like he's lived here so long. I don't think Momo's been on the.
Momo, come here.
Oh,
he loves that tail. I would love that tail.
That's actually some of the most, like a lot of times they just chill beside each other and then they'll
after
like, and then the one like Russell's always normally Momo's the aggressor, and Russell's just like back up. He's like,
really?
Yeah.
He's so big. I feel like he'd always be the bully.
He's gained a lot of weight back. He used to be skinnier. I'm
He's
really
got
stoked.
some paws that I just want to like put in my mouth.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
I love paws.
In the morning. So Russell does this thing where he lays on my chest like this, and so when he's like really relaxed and he stretches up his paw, he's like,
oh my god! I would really be like, thank you.
So like it comes up on your face, and she's like, it's so cute. It's so cute. Yeah.
See, paws are important for me in any animal.
And I try to keep his nails clipped because if they're not, like you're like ow, ow, ow.
Imagine just like.
But
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, he constantly, and sometimes he'll lay like upside down, and I'll do it. He'll like reach up. He's like,
That's funny.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't had like a cat that I've seen throughout my whole life. It'd be interesting though to like have a cat all its life because it's with my parents right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This will be my first animal that I would have had or had my whole life, because I grew up with dogs and cats, but it was always on the farm. Just like they were there. Yeah.
You know, I went to Northern Idaho not too long ago on a farm, and there's like a Springer dog. His name was Archie.
Yeah.
Literally named my aloe plant after him.
Yeah. Oh.
And he was blind, and so he's really cute. So it's like, I don't know if you saw on my story a while back, but he had like brown ears, and he literally would just like, in my hand, he would just like go like this. And I've never met a dog that just so much love. He'd bump into things. He'd just be walking like doink, and then he would go around.
I do love. There's this thing that Russell does where he just like puts his chin like on something, just like, and dogs do that too. That's the cutest. Yeah, I do want to get a dog at some point. It's just like, you too.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
I want a retriever, and they're just always like, well, can we go fetch?
My
can I
buddy
go in the water?
My buddy Luke has this Russian Samoyed, and I want one so bad.
What?
A Russian Samoyed.
A what? What can you say the last one again? A Samoyed?
So it's Samoyed. I think it's Samoyed.
What do you say? Samoyed?
Samoyed.
So what?
It's SAM.
There's an F.
OYED. Yeah, Samoyed. And it's like a Russian sled dog, and they're smaller than huskies.
Oh, they're little fluffy things?
Super, but they're not the small fluffy things. They're pretty mid-size, like this big. And
show me a picture.
always smiling. I can't, my phone's...
Do they have brown hair usually?
No, white. Always white.
What?
And at least I've only ever seen white ones. And then
color.
always smiling, like just like, like constantly. And then they're so happy and so pretty. And I think I want that one. But there's a couple other breeds I'm into.
What?
I really like those Frenchies.
French bulldogs?
Yeah, those little like,
Dude.
I love those. And I love Yorkies too.
The ones that I absolutely cannot do are pugs, those
I do like pugs.
Russell Terriers, like the black and white ones with so much space. I just want to...
My sister has a pug and he's the shit.
No, I couldn't be sleeping here. They're freaking snoring.
Yeah,
it's like literally shakes the room.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It just snorts all the time.
Yeah, the snort.
Like, shut up.
Oh, the snort just kills me.
I'm like, I would be
so
worried.
cute.
I'm like, are you dying today?
Yeah,
like, I can't tell.
They pretty much live their whole life half dying.
So that's a dog I would not want to be.
Yeah.
So if I was a dog,
Yeah.
what do you just like picture? What do you assume? What kind of dog would I be?
I never really like thought about this question until right now.
Really?
I don't really.
Oh, just
I don't even
personally.
Yeah, no. In general, I don't like. I know some people do that all the time. They're like, yeah, what animal are you? I never really think.
I asked my dad randomly and told me a tiger. I was like, Dad, fucking killer answer.
Oh. I'm probably gonna think a collie.
Ooh. Okay, I like that answer.
How about me?
I feel like a Great Dane, like a gray one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Great Dane. Dude, this guy, he was walking his dog. I've only seen him a couple times, but he is just huge, like Doberman. And Dobermans just look terrifying.
They're beautiful.
They are, but they're like,
sick.
they look like they're just like, at any moment are gonna like attack
I would
you.
teach it to like do a drug search. So like I'd save the day, you know? Like,
Yeah.
my dog would be walking on the street, think he's all cool.
Save the day from what?
Bust someone. Wait, what?
Save the Yeah.
I'd save the day, like I low-key...
I thought you meant
call
like,
the cops, be like, yo, I just busted again.
we're
like,
not saving his day.
But these would be like
I thought you meant like if we ran out of drugs, you would have him go get some, and that would save the day for us.
A lot better. But like, I wouldn't be carrying it around. You know,
He would procure the drugs for.
Watch what's I'm busting you right now.
Yeah, I thought about like if I would smoke weed in the podcast, like it's so close to being legalized and whatever, it's chill. But
You can just like not post those.
I post everything pretty much.
No, I mean like the clips. I would share the clips of like.
Well, I've done some cocaine and ketamine.
On this?
Well, no, not on film, because I was just like, I can always say I was kidding, you know, like if we just said it or whatever. But for actually snorting drugs and there's like video on the internet, like that could bite me in the ass or I don't know, maybe not. I tell every, you know, like I'm on mushrooms every time. Like, I'm like, ooh, these mushrooms. Yeah.
For real though.
Oh, dude, do you want some of this?
Dude, I'm still.
So right before this, just to backtrack, so I passed this pipe to her and I loaded it because I cleared out the thing, and I loaded up, and then I was like, "This is for you," and I just meant like for you to start, and I like go up and grab some things, and she just smokes the whole bowl, and I'm standing there, just keeps hitting it. And I was like, "All right," and I was like, "Well, I guess I'll load another one." She's like, "Oh, we're sharing that."
I have just been off the ball with like interpreting people lately. Like some people say something, I'm like, oh dude, I totally thought you meant this way. They're like, what?
That's funny.
So
there's this guy.
That's why I'm like, I think I'm oh, you
I like stoned like conversations though. They're pretty funny.
Well, you know what? I've literally been a stoner since I was 14.
Yeah. See, I'm not a stoner.
In Washington.
That's
been 9 years straight of smoking weed.
Yeah. So you're like wake and bake and just
I used to.
Oh.
I always, with my roommates, like, I got a roommate to start smoking weed.
You got it.
It's really fun because I was just going to like.
You didn't. Oh.
Well, every time I smoke, Brooklyn is upstairs with me, and she'll come in and she'll be like, "Hey, can can I smoke? And I'm like, of course, you get in here, come help me get rid of this. I'm like, yeah, once we're finished with this, like, I'm done. And the roommate downstairs, she's like, so if you smoke, I want to be smoking too. And I was like, fuck, I turned both these guys into stoners. Yeah. Like, we love edibles. Edibles are always good. Be the right ones.
Yeah. Can you edit high?
Can I edit high?
Yeah.
Dude, I do it all the time.
Oh.
It's like the best time.
It's hard for me to do
music
it.
And I'm like, I look at the time, it's been 4 hours.
I don't know if I've tried with smoking out of smoking green, because I took an edible one time and I started editing and I was just like, these are
different.
These are shit. I was like, oh no. And I kept trying to like make it better and it was just getting worse. And I was like, I'm terrible at this. And I was just like, oh no, I think it's the weed. I was like, I do not feel good. Like, I feel like I'm terrible. I've been doing this, I think it was like a year and a half in, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'm terrible at this. I'm gonna not do this tonight. Yeah, so and then the next morning I look at it, I'm like, oh, these are great.
My high ass.
Yeah.
Dang, never do those edibles again. Those are not positive ones.
Yeah. Oh, that's why the box said negative on them.
No, it didn't. No,
there was a box that said positive. I should have bought those ones.
You're joking. Don't. I'm pretty gullible. I'm like, dude, don't worry.
No, they didn't. But you can get certain ones that like. You probably just try a bunch out, right?
Well, when I went to San Diego last, the first Airbnb my friend JC and I stayed at, we literally went in. Oh, sorry, JC. And we go in and there's like a really cool marijuana store. It's like literally up the street. Like I was like, dude, it's 800 feet from us. And we're like, let's go. And it's like, has these bars, security guards, like, let me see your ID. They're like, what's up? How's it going today? We're like, hey, like, we're doing good. Good morning. Yeah. And then the lady at the window is like, welcome your first time. Like, you're going to have so much fun. Like, 25% off your first time. We're like, what?
Yeah.
We're just like so blessed. We walk in, it's like all lit up. There's all different kinds. It goes from like dab pins, edible wall, weed, like, and nuggets, weed, and dude, people are like, you want to taste some stuff out? I'm like, sure. Had some edible shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't think I've ever been to a store that's tasted.
It was so fun, and all the people that were working are like, come on up, friend. And I'm like, wow, I just feel like we're like regulars here, man.
Yeah.
Like, and one of them, she's really good.
Yeah.
That was a great store. So 10 out of 10 recommend. It's off of Mission Bay Road. Can't miss it.
Huh. I don't know if I ever like. I don't even think I went into any stores when I lived down there, but that was like 12 years ago. But still, they had medicinal shops. They didn't have like recreational. Yeah, I lived there.
They were like.
I lived there.
Well, yeah, but still having medicinal 12 years ago.
Oh no, yeah, they did. No, they were way ahead. They were way ahead. Oh yeah, yeah. When I first moved out, it was like
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was like 2008 when I moved out, and it was medicinally legal. But my neighbor was like that, but he grew at his house, and he's like, "Hey neighbors," he like comes out, we're like unloading our stuff. He's like, "What's up? I hear you're the new neighbors." Like blah blah blah. He comes out, he's dude, long hair, like the epitome of beach bro.
What's his name? Oh,
I don't remember.
No.
I bet it's in my phone.
Say something else.
Fuck.
Give him the name.
Say something else.
I have to picture this.
Fuck.
Man.
What is his name?
It sounds like a Paul or.
No. I'm gonna sit all day and think about it now. I'm actually gonna look it up after this on my phone because I want to find. But he's like, check this out, and he brings this huge bag of weed just down the stairs out of the parking lot. He's like, right? We're like, dude. He's like, right? Like, look at these nugs, bro. Like, you know, and we're like, cool, man. Yeah, like that's dope. Like, why do you have all that? And he's like, oh, bro, I gotta grow up, you know, side. I'll show you another time. Like, but just like it's so crazy that they're so open to And he's like, so welcome gifts, you know, and he's like, gives us each a nug. I was like, we're like, thanks, dude.
Wow.
And so then I would just buy weed off him, so I never went to the store. Yeah. Yeah, he showed me the grow area.
Maybe his name is actually Russell, and he named your cat in spite of him. Because you're like, you look like a
God, it has to be in my phone. I have contacts from like forever.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I lost all mine throughout the years, but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, you were saying you were trying to get rid of the creepy Josh contact.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
You should have him labeled creepy Josh and me
Well, I don't
safe
know how
Josh.
they got put together. I literally looked at it, I was like, wait. Because you'll look at the conversation from like when him and I were last spoke, and I ignore him, and he's like reached out to me.
Yeah.
So when you started texting me saying the podcast, I was like, yeah, sure, because I said Joshua David. And I was
Yeah.
like, cool. And I was like, wait, is this his last name also David? Because his name's
Yeah.
Joshua. So I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, like, did I just agree to see this guy again? And so when I looked, I was like, oh, 2 numbers.
This girl's gonna be really pissed if she hears this, but not really that pissed. But this girl came into Rudy's, and like I've been hitting on her a bit, and I was like, come in and see me. And so she was like, she's like, is your like last name David? And I was like, or your full name Joshua David? I was like, no, it's actually Joshua Folk. She's like, oh, she's like crazy. And I was like, it's Joshua David Folk. She's like, my dad's name is Joshua David. Or no, I didn't say Folk. So I actually said, I was like, no, my middle name's David. She's like, oh, cool. She's like, my dad's name's Joshua David Thomas. And I was like, that's my last name. She's like, what? I don't know. But anyway, so I was texting her later. I was just like, that's really strange that your dad is the same first and middle name as me. And she's like, yeah, it's a little weird. I was like, guess you'll be calling me daddy. She said, it was a risk. I was like, this could go.
There for a little bit.
This could go well or not. Yeah, I'm like, nah, that's fine. I
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Lots of guys these days just think that they can just throw this joke around. Not saying that's bad for you. I think it's great the way you used it. But I only say this because my friend has like Hinge, and she'll be like, dude,
yeah.
It says like how to pronounce my name. And she goes, I bet you like $10 you're gonna say daddy. And literally all of them have this like fucking prompt that says how to pronounce my name, and they'll be like, daddy. There's like so many of them. And she's like, dude, bet you this was gonna say daddy. And they're literally like, yeah, like some people like to call me Josh, but like
you call my daddy.
You pronounce it as daddy. I'm like, these guys, I'm like, wow, okay, I guess that's like the trend these days.
Yeah. Daddy has become more of a trend.
That's on hats now, shirts.
I thought it was hotter when it wasn't trendy, because I definitely have been into girls calling me daddy for...
It's a thing. It's like a sexual thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like out in public as something.
Right. Yeah. So whenever I'm kind of a hipster in that way, I'm like, well, everyone's doing it. Like, no, it still turns me on, but probably not quite as much as it did when it was still like you were trying to like really convince somebody to call you daddy, and they're like, I don't know, like.
It was like kind of secretive back then.
Yeah,
girls would be like, okay, fine, and you're like, wait.
Yeah. Now it's just like, dude, I dated this one girl, and she would just do it in public. She's like, please, daddy. I was like, not right here.
You're like,
but then I was like, that's kind of funny, or like kind of cute. Yeah. I guess it's easier for me too, because I don't have any kids, you know.
Oh, well, that makes it even better, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like some people are like, what about the girls like your daughter's age? I'm like, I don't have kids, so.
You're like, don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no cool names for mom. Like, I'd be like, call me mommy. It'd be like.
I mean, there are guys that are into it. It's just not as common.
I don't think I'd even ask that.
Yeah. Yeah. I might just have to switch to master or something.
Master?
No, I can't get, my buddy Paul was like, yeah, I'd rather them call me master, and I was like, good for you. I was like, I'll stick to daddy.
I think I'd be scared if someone said that. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. If you can think of it, like there's a sexual like kink for it, for sure. You know, Alan.
Yeah, don't know. Aren't there like literally tests where you can find out what your kink is? I'm pretty sure literally.
I think it's just called trying it. You just try a bunch of things.
Well, like what to call it? Like what your top are. So you'd be like, oh, I don't know, like I could see myself being into that.
There probably is a test that you
there
can do
so
that.
is. They give you like your top 1 to 100 kinks or whatever.
I should look this up, because I might still have ones to discover. See, that's the thing that's crazy about a lot of kinks. I didn't, like, you don't know you have them until you know you have them. So like, I didn't grow up with porn, like video porn, so that was like later,
I don't
right?
like that shit.
I love that shit.
Ew.
What?
Oh, snap.
So you're not
Got him.
You're not going to be doing any photo video of porn then?
So, no.
Oh, got you.
Oh my God.
Well, to each their own.
For real, go do your thing. Not for me though.
It is crazy how when I grew up, like I thought that nobody looked at porn, and then when I like
literally probably
when I got older,
watch it.
no, but like I remember the first girl that told me she looked at porn, and I was like, what? Like it blew my mind.
Like, what?
Yeah, and then I discovered that like it's like I don't know 30 or 40%
From then on, you
girls
definitely,
that I know that watch porn, and then the other was
people
like
said,
not
"Hey, do
into
you
it.
watch porn?" You definitely asked people after you found that out.
Oh yeah, I watch porn. I ask
Probably
people
on
all
like
the
a
time.
research, like
I like
hey, by the way.
I like to try to get like younger kids like who are a little like more reserved. Just be like, so what type of porn do you like? And they're like, what? There's this kid at work. I'm like, what kind of porn do you like? And he's like, I'm not telling you, man.
That's not the right timing, I feel like, for that.
I love it.
I feel like if I were him, I would like avoid you at all costs.
Yeah, probably.
This guy's trying to know me at like a deeper level.
Yeah, that's deep level. What was I saying right before that though? Oh, you don't know a kink till you discover it. So like.
Way to wrap that up.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes, all the way back around. But so like you'll be doing something in bed, and then like for example, the first time a girl called me daddy, and I was like, oh, well that's nice. I think I came right away or something.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, but regardless, yeah, you're like, oh. I like that.
I feel like I can't relate to that statement. I'm trying to think of last time
Have you ever like discovered something and you're like, ooh, I kind of like that, and then you didn't realize that was cool until you tried it?
I don't want to like put out there like who I actually am in that kind of level.
That's fair.
But honestly, I can date. There's some things where I'm like, yeah, I think we all have that side.
Yeah.
That's why I personally think my spirit animal is Black Panther, because like, it's just like a. The best way I can put it.
Just like a.
And I'm gonna get a tattoo of that.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking honestly, I have a tattoo the top of my back.
Look how he walks.
That's what I'm saying. He has a presence, dude. Come on in.
How what was I gonna ask you? Oh, have you ever heard of the idea of like it's what Kobe did with the black mamba. What do they call that? Like a spirit animal, I guess. But
yeah, so
like this. But yes, okay. So but instead of just like thinking of it here and there, like he would transition himself to a different character on the court. So like you really dive into like what is everything about this panther or whatever, blah blah blah, and then you have to like when you're in work mode or when you're in sales mode, like there's this whole book on it. It's about like finding your spirit animal and then like turning that on when it comes to like getting your shit accomplished. I haven't actually read the book, but I was going to.
Oh, it's literally a book? Did I just miss that part?
Yeah. It's I don't know.
Like a
find your spirit animal or how to, but like he referenced
how
in
to
the
find yourself.
I heard him on a podcast, and the one he brought up, like the most well-known, is Kobe, because I mean, he literally branded Black Mamba and all this different shit, and like he had gone through like this.
Sick, though.
I think he went through that whole like assault accusation or whatever thing, like all the trials and shit, and that like really fucked up his game, and that's when he developed the Black Mamba.
How to get out of that shit.
Yeah. So, and then he just like envisioned that and like became that on the court or whatever. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm trying to think. I feel like the way that I would apply that would be in business.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to say I'm like sneaky, but I feel like I'm strategic.
You need strategy for business. Yeah.
So that's what I would think of it, but I think it'd be cool to have like on the arm right here.
You should.
And it's like going down like this way, like a top view, but then the head's like looking at you.
Yeah.
I have like lots of tattoos and they're like separate, because I have like one here, one here, one here. Yeah. I'm like, I would just want like patch sleeve.
Yeah. I have been really.
Yours.
Thank you. I've been really getting the tickle to get more. And it's been like a while since I've got a bunch. Like I got this one in Puerto Rico. That
one's nice.
But I try to get a small one in every country I go to now, or that's like my goal moving forward. But I actually want to start getting like a bunch of pieces, and I think I do want to finish this arm. But I like the idea of patches, so I'm gonna do this arm all patches and this one full.
Or think about doing like a half. Maybe have just like a few down here.
Half's dope.
we'll see where it goes. Like, honestly, I'm like thinking, I can't quite, do the money right now because trying to be smart.
Dude, what you need to do is find a good artist. I'll trade you shoots. Shoots for pokes.
I don't know.
You don't know if you would do it, or you don't know if you'd be able to find it.
I don't know if I'd be able to find anybody.
Dude, you literally could just like ask any. There's like a
I
million.
don't want to disrespect them.
How would that be disrespectful?
Like if they're like a really good artist, I'm like, yo, like pictures for.
No, you have to ask. You like obviously you're hiring like trading services.
Right.
So you could even say, so if it's going to cost you $500 for a tattoo, and you're like, I normally charge $300. Can I like
start with you?
Yeah. Would you? All you could do is like if you float it by 20 artists, there has to be somebody that's been looking for or like been meaning to upgrade their pro photos, their lifestyle photos, or them tatting, blah blah blah. There's a girl that I'm gonna hopefully trade with, and even if she can't trade, I'm still gonna book her. But if she's down to trade, I'll do like some lifestyle shoots or some video, or we can just like kind of.
A really good idea.
No. Yeah, trade it out.
I want this tattoo also at the music festival I went to this summer. First one of my life. Went on my birthday weekend. Best 3 days of my life.
Where'd you go?
So far. Went to Above and Beyond.
Oh, where's that at? Oh, it's on the Gorge. That's right.
Dude, first time
I know some people. I've never been.
Can I tell you about it?
Yes.
So any of you who have not done a festival, you need to fucking get on it, especially this one.
Yes, festivals are so fun.
So this one, I guess, is like known for being like lovey. Like sometimes you go to ones you're just like freaking headbanging, all kinds of stuff. But this is like vibes. You're like on mushrooms. You're on Molly. The Gorge, like the sun setting, and then you're tripping. You're like, oh my god. So first night was the 21st. No, it was the 22nd, which was my birthday.
Yeah.
And so there were only like a few going on. I remember I went the best people ever, McKenna and her family, and then some of the rest of like their friends. And so we went. I just didn't even know these people, and we had a tent. They're setting all up. I was like, dude, I don't know how the fuck this. I brought my clothes. Like I was supposed to bring shit. Like we got these pillows, these like things to hang up. These
people go all out.
Like, a sleeping nap tent, and I was like, fucking nap tent. I would have never thought of that. They got it's like all this stuff. And so I was getting ready. It was my birthday, and literally Michael. I love that. He's like my second dad. Michael. He goes, yo guys, we're on the bus. All the way there, they go, it's Sarah's birthday today. Everybody sings happy birthday to me on the bus. I literally was like, crying.
A bus from the campsite.
The campsite, because we were at the one that was away. But such a good idea, because it had like grass to like sleep on.
Oh, nice.
And when you're by the, like in front, it's all dirt.
They have buses that run back and forth all the time?
Oh, dude, up until like 2 a.m.
That's dope.
Yeah, so you can finish. The
festivals I go, you walk.
You need to go. I'm telling you, this one is a life changer.
Is it all EDM though?
It's beautiful. Well, it's like, if I showed you, you can listen to all of it. Like I encourage you on YouTube. Yeah. They literally have the whole.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Is it one stage? I guess it is that one stage, the Gorge. That's right.
And there's like
because they used to do they used to do Paradiso there, and I think that one took over. They closed Paradiso, and then they did. I think that's the new one they started doing. Maybe there's two.
Life changing.
But because there's some that are like really like heavy bass ones, like whop, 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 but like all the time. Like I cannot go to a whole 3 nights of this.
No, it's literally like words and just like hits deep, and it's just like a crescendo. At first you're like, that sounds really weird. Like it doesn't make sense like where it's going, but it's translucent, it's house, like you get your body moving, you get into it, and then it's like very sensual. So like it's just a mixture of looking at people.
It already like big. Do you know any of the big DJs that
Ben Bomer is there.
Okay, I know
He's
that name.
Fantastic. I love Fatum that was there. That's one of the ones that stuck out to me.
Yeah, I might look into it next year.
Dude,
I normally can't handle that much, that many.
You can do it.
Only EDM.
I didn't think so. You can do it.
I gotta pee.
Okay, bye.
Pause. Do you want another of those? Did you hear that? I was like, woo! Yeah, it's like my neighbors. But I do every time the mushrooms kick in, I'm like...
The sound and like...
Well, I'm always like, did I turn that on? I got like, which is good. I should check it anyway, like just to make sure. And I checked that and I was like, oh no, I didn't hit record, which is only one camera, but still. But then I was like, hit it. And then it stopped it. I was like, oh, I did hit record. So...
Good thing you double checked.
Yeah. So now it's just like broken into 2 segments.
That's like how my brain is.
Do you use Final Cut at all?
No.
Literally
I'm like a 85 photographer in a 23-year-old body. That's where I'm at.
So you've been doing it for 85 years?
Like I just don't do when you're like do you do Final Cut? Do you do like these hard programs? I'm like, nah, I can barely do Photoshop. Like, it's just very minimal.
Oh, okay.
All that I need and nothing more.
Yeah.
Layering, like doing all the different shit on like the red background. I literally sit there and I'm like, wait, so like I've literally made 10 layers. What do I do now?
I can help you with some of that stuff if you ever, like, because I've
It's not there yet.
That's fair. But if you ever like want to.
I need to start mastering, but bit by bit. I need to see like what's the most important thing I need to learn next.
Yeah, I normally just do it when it like comes up. You know, I'll be like, I don't know how to do this, and then I'll like do the YouTube videos and like, oh.
I feel like I learn and then I do everything and it doesn't do what it was supposed to. I'm like, shit, I guess I just I do the points.
So Final Cut, I think, would probably make it, Reels easier for you in some respects, but maybe harder in other respects. I don't know.
I could get Reels.
Yeah. But like putting those like fucking pieces together and got it? That's dope.
I got it? You got it?
You got it down. Damn it. I'm still behind on those. Because Final Cut, I'm just like dragging it. I'm like, but doing it with phone.
I'm used to this shit because of TikTok.
Yeah, that's
like, you know, there's some stuff that you do, and I used to do iMovie. Like, that's my level of expertise.
Final Cut's like iMovie, though.
I know,
it's set up that way.
but that seems like a lot more difficult when I can do Instagram and
that is true.
The exact,
the reason I brought up Final Cut is because with these three, you basically label the cameras, and you bring them all in, and you click set multicam, and it like puts them all in sync, which is pretty nice.
Whoa.
Except the last one, it took me forever because the audio was somehow like this audio on the phone got off, so it started getting behind on the video, and I'm like,
that's weird.
Because the audio is like different, but like the other ones are staying in pace and the audio is going the same amount of time. And for some reason, like all the cameras were right on the audio except for this one. It started getting slowly behind, so you'd have to like chop it and then move it, and
that's annoying.
Yeah, very tedious.
That's really annoying. You're learning a lot.
Yeah,
I just don't want to deal with all that shit.
That's fair.
Have someone else do it.
Yes. I just
yes.
That's the goal, is to pay somebody to do this for me, like the editing part, like, because that's like I don't have a 10-year goal, but I have like my like steps goal. And like step 1 is like quit the bar, full-time creative. Step 2 is to have enough money coming in to pay somebody to make my TikToks, to make my clips, and to edit my shit.
Well, except for that part. I know someone else who can do that.
What? Which part?
The last section that you just said.
Edit.
So the video editing, like Reels and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can do for you if you pay me. Yeah. So I can do it right now, partner.
How much do you charge?
I don't know. It depends on how much you want me to do.
Okay, we'll talk. We'll talk numbers after this.
Depends.
I'm sure everyone wants to live. This is how business is done. I don't even know.
Did you see this whole time I've been negotiating?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Got him. She's like, I agreed to do this podcast, and she suckered me in.
10 years down the road, you're like, you guys remember that one bitch, Sarah?
Yeah, that is a really good way to. I didn't think of that right now, but like if you did want to do business with somebody and they invited you to do a podcast, you're like, fuck yeah, I do, you know, because it's like, like I want to get hired by the Torch to shoot strippers, and so
Sorry, I just didn't expect that. So I'm like,
I would go to the Torch and spend money and like always try to be like get to know the fucking manager because he's the one I want to hire me, you know, so. It would behoove you to hang out in other operations too. I'm hoping that if you hire somebody, it's more likely me than somebody else.
That's like who you're honing in on?
Well,
how do you follow up with them?
I text him and be like, have you talked to Joanna yet? Joanna's his boss. He's like, yeah, we're definitely going to hire you. And then it's just like.
Well, obviously he's not talking to him.
Yeah.
Talking through the grapevine.
But I'm supposed to.
Talk to the man directly.
No, I do. So I go in, like the last time that I went was when we had this conversation about him hiring me and stuff, and he's like, yeah, Joanna should be here back in town in like a week or two, and then like I definitely want to get you on. We have like Racktober coming up. Well, Racktober's right now. It's where they feature racks. It's in October.
Like put two together, you got it. Well, look at that.
So yeah, I'm actually potentially gonna go down tonight. So because he's like, oh yeah, Joanna should be there. We can like lock some stuff in. I'm like, fuck, but I have to go in and spend money at your club, so I don't really know. But I don't know where I got on. Oh yeah, but like anytime, you know, if you're trying to get a client or you're trying to get business, it's like if they're like, yeah, you should come.
I was so lost, and I was like, where did he start?
The mushrooms, man, they just take you. They take you for a ride.
I'm like high, it's like a different kind of thing. So I was like, wait, shit, okay.
Yeah.
But the remember's impressive.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No,
well, I read this book, so I've been reading a lot. You know, like learn the shit, go execute, find what works for you.
Yeah.
I read this book, Negotiate to Win, and I read it, and then I didn't realize I took so much from it because I like finished it. And I was like, ooh. I kind of don't remember shit.
Oh.
Like, because it's such a dense book talking about like actually like nonfiction, statistics, how to do stuff. And so the first time I executed without even knowing it, is I met this like older lady. She's an author here.
Yeah.
I was like through networking, and I saw her book, and then she was going around talking to people, and literally in my head I was like, talk to her. Like, I was gonna go Little Panther, you know?
Yeah.
Getting in there. And so
it's stealthy.
I literally walked up to her. I was like, yo, I can like read you right now. Like, first thing I say to her, she's like, what? And I was like, oh, sorry, I'm Sarah, by the way. Like, I saw you have the book. Like, nice to meet you. You seem like just really like a really cool lady. So I just want to, you know, walk up to you. I was like, but I can like feel like I could read you right now. She goes, really? What am I saying? Like, what am I reading? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm just like standing and like all confident. I'm like, you seem like a woman. You got some hoops on, this tight, sparkly dress. You're confident. You know exactly what to do. Like leader is what you're put in. Like, you're able to write a book, which means you've got wisdom. Yeah. Like, I was saying all this stuff, and at the end of it, she goes, what'd you say you do? And I was like, I'm a photographer. She goes, oh. So you're pretty accurate there. I'm really interested in like you. You're like, you're young. I like you. And then I was like literally talking to her more, and I told her I'd love to read, and she's like, oh, what books do you like? I was like, that's why I talked to you. I was like, yeah, one of my favorites right now is Negotiate to Win. And then we started talking about it. And then sure enough, like a couple months later, I was talking about photography, and I was like, especially as an author, if you ever need someone else, you know, like this is what I would do. Like, and then she goes down the line, she goes, yeah, totally. She goes, wait, did you just like negotiate with me? And the fact that I brought it up, I was like, shit, I kind of did. And she like mewed what I just did. I was like, whoa. We're both like, whoa.
Yeah.
Met her for coffee. Nice. She's like, she's great.
Is she older or like middle-aged?
Woman.
Yeah.
She's like in her 70s.
Dude, she's a good person.
She's like banging.
Yeah,
She's successful.
Yeah, she yeah, you should definitely like keep up with. I wish that I had like some sort of local like person to really like hone in, and especially like in a similar industry. So I have a couple, like I'm very blessed to have like a lot of good friends that are very like successful in different industries and stuff, which has helped me a lot. Like I can constantly like ask them questions like, what would you do about this? What should I do here? You know, but I like don't know anyone in like locally in the field, but like my buddy Luke is my closest example, and he's very successful. He's like across the pond.
Just right over there.
It's really in Canada. It's not even a pond. There's a few ponds in between.
What? The analogy just like wasn't good for me.
No.
We're not like, you're over there like, oh, that's good. I'm like, I don't get it.
No, there was no pond. Normally you say across the pond when you go to Europe, but
really?
Yeah, people say across the pond.
Missed that one. Yeah. And that's like a common term? Cool.
I think so.
Now we'll know. I'm prepared in life now. Thank you. And they said, I'm like, oh yeah, to Europe. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But yeah, you should definitely keep with
well,
like keep
I'm trying to think of photographers like put you in line with, but you know, you're trying to go to Torch, so I'm like, who would be good in like the lighting, like concert lighting, you know?
Oh yeah. It's not really like photo, it's like long strokes. Like she's like a successful businesswoman who's done these things, right? That's the type of person that I want to like be around. Not necessarily like I can hit up a friend who's like, how do I light this situation? That's like an easy like.
What's your style exactly?
What I'm saying is like having a person that I know that is like successful in like a very creative endeavor and like in kind of like would mentor you. So yeah, I would just keep her on hand for sure. Like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's already had a successful book. She's a boss. Right. Yeah. Exactly. So that's a person I would be like, yeah, like.
And
let me learn from you. Yeah. Yeah. Like, for sure.
And I'm reading her book, and she tells like a lot about how she did it.
No.
And there's like action she tells you to do in books.
Yeah.
But I think it's great because I'm like a person like while I read, I'm like, oh yeah, go do this, and I do. And she goes, you're at step 1. I'm like, cool. Like she started here, and then I just get to go cross everything off.
Yeah.
So like make a big dream list.
Yeah. Do you have
done that?
No, I actually
like write everything out, everything you want to do. Like make check boxes and see just what you do.
Okay. I actually, what I want to do is, I saw this on a YouTube video, but I'm meaning to do it. It's just like I put the time together. But 3 different boards. So you have, I at least want to do a vision board and actually do pictures, like a picture of what I want, or something.
Yeah, like a scrapbook kind of thing.
Yeah, but like somewhere where I can put it, like where you can hang it, so you see it every day. Yeah.
I have 2.
Dope. See, you're like, that's good. Sorry.
Dude, I've been like swallowing mine. I'm like, you're gonna like throw up.
That sunset's pretty cute. I should do these more often out here.
Look at the hills. They're purple.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's good lighting right now.
So, oh yeah, they teach you that in sales and stuff. Like vision boards, etc. What you want.
Like goals. Put it out there. So yeah.
So I do want to do that. Yeah.
I'm doing at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna throw my own little like vision board making night because I know a local photographer did that.
Ooh,
loved it.
Yeah.
She was like $50. I'll have all the supplies.
Nice.
I'll have like a little charcuterie. It was so cute. It's so smart because like I have a connection still from there that sat at the same table as me. And so like we're still talking to each other down the road. And that was the beginning of the year. So
that's super dope. Yeah,
I would. A lot of fun though.
I want to do that. And he talked about how you should have like pictures of like what you want, and then he's like, you should have accomplishment board too. So it's like, this is what you've actually achieved. Like you should be proud of yourself. Like blah blah. But yeah, it would be nice. Like it's good to surround yourself with people like that, like long strips that have a lot of wisdom and stuff. And I do learn a lot from like my friends, which I get pretty lucky because almost all of my close friends are more successful than me, and so I feel very good about that. I'm like, finally, I'm like in a point in my life where like all my homies are like.
That's good having homies like that.
Yeah.
I think probably a couple years down the road, I will be with homies that are like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like most of my close friends are like right there, the age. We're still finding out what to do, where to go. So I feel like in a couple of years from now, we're all just be like, dude, look at where we're at now.
Yeah,
look how much we've grown.
Yeah.
But I know like older people.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And they're like my mentor, like I said. So I feel like that's what I need in life right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm literally hiring a business coach because like
For what?
For business.
I know, but I know lots of business coaches. I'm just curious if that's really your next step, though.
So for like basically development of what I want to do with the podcast, branding, building this all together, and like I'm at a point where like it's worth a shot because it's month to month, So it's like if I start seeing results, it's great, and if I don't, I can fire her, right? But it's like a very like successful person that like. I was like, I probably can't afford her even when I like reached out to her, but I was like, I'm gonna try this out, So, but yeah, like having a mentor would be nice.
So you need a mentor?
Yeah.
Or do you need an accountability buddy?
I don't need an accountability buddy. I'm very fucking like I work a lot. Like. So
you're just trying to like.
I'm trying to make this work that I'm doing matter like 5 times the rate, right? Like I'm working very hard now. Like before I wasn't, I needed the accountability, but I'm like, I flipped a switch somehow. And I'm like, all my free time, I had like just 3 days of work at the bar. It's like all my weekends, I do another like 50, 60 hours. Just.
In 3 days?
No, in 4 days.
Oh, still.
But like even last night, like I worked a double. It's like 10 hours, came home, edited for another 3. I was like, I want to do a little more.
Gross.
Like, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm like fucking I'm getting like really disciplined.
You're probably, getting burnt out too, I feel like.
No, I feel pretty good about it.
You feel pretty good?
Yeah.
So.
I do want to get to a point where I have like 1 day off for sure. I like 1 day of a break. But right now, I'm just like, boom, 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 boom.
So I feel like we should put a pin in also this conversation because I feel like I have another answer for you that if you're interested, I could definitely throw out there.
We can do that too.
Because it's funny that you say that because I was talking to someone who was wanting to have someone come and join us at the same kind of level. So
dope. Yeah, we should talk. Yeah, I'm always open to explore. It's just like
as you should.
Constant like ideas. Do you know what I mean? Like at first I thought about what if I moved to Canada with my, I'll tell you about my buddy Luke, right?
I
So
feel like it sounds familiar.
for
I don't think
anyone
so.
who, I don't think I've talked about too much on the podcast, but Luke is like the dude, he's like one of my closest friends. We went to this college in Australia together, like way back.
Oh, fun.
But Jess is like absolutely killing it. But he was the first person to like inspire me to pick up a camera. He's like, yeah, like he was just working a little bit, you know, paying his bills and stuff. He's like, dude, you can do this. He's like, I only work like 1 week a month, and I pay my bills, and I do dick off and do the stuff, you know. So, but now he moved back to his hometown, and now he's like building this huge video production company.
Wow.
They rented like a 4,000 square foot like stuff, kind of like your vision of like buying or renting. He's renting it, but like converting it all into like photo studios. He rented out like half of it for this Netflix movie and stuff. He has 4 guys working for him. Like he within 2 years he built it. Like he's already he's like, we should do $1 million this year. And he built it. He started it 2 years ago, and he's grinding. Like,
wow.
But he just bought a Lambo. Like, yeah.
He's buying them?
Yeah, he just bought a Lambo.
Wow, just straight up?
Straight. I don't. Yeah, he said like I've never taken out a loan for any of this. He's like, my credit's
like
shot.
Michael.
He's like, he got divorced and his credit was shot. So he's like, all of this is from the money that I made. Like, so I made it, I saved it, and that's what I was able to put a down deposit on this. He's like, I don't know if we can afford to like do this, but so is he's paying his employees out of just his like the money that he's made in nest egg or whatever, you know, in the business. So yeah, it's crazy. Good
for him.
I remember when he texted me, he's like, dude, I'm getting so much work, I need to hire somebody. I'm like, holy fuck, dude, hell yeah, you know. And then when I went to visit him in the spring, and he already had 3 people working for him, and that's when he was building that.
Just like one after the other.
Oh yeah.
Meant to be.
Yeah.
A production.
But what was I saying? But yeah, like that's like I can always hit him up for questions, and stuff. But
that's great example to talk to.
And it's also good like just inspiration. But he doesn't have the time.
We're making your own kind of production, so
no,
I feel like you're already there.
Yeah, it's like just getting there. Steps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Podcast is like one of my next steps too. Like I already have a name, what to talk about. Like it's already there.
Are you allowed to say on this podcast?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's not a thing yet. I mean, it's just going to be. Yeah. But it's going to be called Love, Life, and Locals. So then people come in and talk about all the topics, one of the topics, one story. Like, it's a love story, you know, they come in, they're like, yeah, you know, like maybe something that they're doing in life, what they think most beautiful about life. And then locals is that they're all locals, or maybe like, local person touched me in this way, I do these local things, like sharing all the aspects of just people.
That's dope. I love it.
It's like conversational because...
I like the alliteration too, the love, life, locals. Love that.
Well, it's going to be like... LLL.
Oh, it's good. I like that.
Yeah. So there's going to be lots of things. Public speaking, like I said, is going to be one of them.
Yeah.
I'll be doing videos and I'm just like, get the fuck up today.
I love
Thanks, Andy Priscilla. Like,
if you need help building like the video side or whatever, podcast, let me know.
Dude, I'm outsourcing. I know. I'm someone else.
Oh, hell yeah.
ASAP.
Good. Yeah. That's
I know a studio who does that.
See, I am like if I were to go to a studio and be like, here, then produce my content, like it's a lot of money. I would rather just pay somebody for my business. So that's where, you know, eventually we get to that point. No. Paying for the coach is one thing, but paying somebody underneath me that works for me that will edit this video and blah, 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 blah.
Well, it's like stuff that, it's like, you don't have to hire them either. You could just like pay them per things for like, help me out here.
Yeah, but I have so many things I literally can fill in 48 hours a week. I have this idea that I want to like, if you didn't have enough time, I want to like create TikToks, so like lots of funny TikToks. So I would have them come and film and document like me and my friends at a bar or whatever.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
And all they do is just clip out the funny parts. So just like, oh, there was one. Make TikTok.
You say only clip out the funny parts?
No, clipping them for TikToks. So like when you're just like
dude, I was like
no, you clip the funny parts. You're like, oh yeah, there was 30 seconds of gold, or like that was a funny conversation, or that was a funny thing that happened and they caught it on video and then they clip it. And then TikTok. No.
Yeah. So I would totally be down for that. You know why? Because then you get to go on all these adventures with your buddies too.
Yeah.
Like you may be at a bar, but what if you actually end up like, there's ways to make it cool.
Yeah.
Maybe like a whole day, like, yo, we went here.
Yeah.
Turn left. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, when I can afford it, that's the next thing. And I was going to throw all my money to do that, and then fucking crypto and all the investments crashed. I was like, nah, can't afford it.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the kind of like what I want.
What a plot twist that would crash.
Yeah, that's the next thing I want to do. Let me make sure these are on. What time is it?
That's what I was trying to figure out, but your cat's on top of my... Oh, perfect.
What are we at?
7-Eleven.
Oh, this did get a little darker. What time do you have to bounce?
Like, around now.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap this up then.
Okay,
do you wanna plug anything?
Do I what?
Do you wanna plug anything? Yeah. What's your Insta? What's your photography? Plug.
Sorry, didn't get that term because today's conversation we talked about like kinks, everything. And
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, like
Plug.
it's just like a
like butt
hip way to
plugs.
say like you want to have a statement. Like I don't know.
No. Like, where do you find it? I don't know. You're the first person that's like building a business like that.
No,
I've asked other people like, do you want to plug anything? I'm like, no. I'm like, okay. Like my buddy Tyler does real estate. Like, do you want to plug your real estate? And he was like, actually, I don't remember the end of the conversation because we got so fucking wasted. It's so wasted.
I love that.
Yeah, like Rumble. And I did a photo shoot. We drank Rumble. And then
Rumple?
Rumble. Yeah.
What's that?
It's a liqueur.
Liqueur.
Yeah.
What kind of liqueur?
It's like 50%.
But like what kind?
Peppermint schnapps.
That's disgusting.
It was delicious.
I feel like
I miss it actually. Yeah. But if you want to plug yours, you can. And if
my
not,
name's Sarah Brewer. With 3 underscores, pretty sure. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But
You can get a different one.
I know, but I've been committed to this. I change my name all the time. Like my photography has been like 3 different names already. So
Yeah.
Photography. If you want to check out that's going. Sarah B Photography.
Yeah. You're a full-time photographer now. That's fucking amazing. Yeah.
Like literally can't believe it.
Is that like what, a month ago?
Almost 3 actually.
Shit. I don't know. I can't believe you didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
I guess we don't talk that much.
Yeah. Can't believe you told me that. You bitch.
You fucking bitch.
God.
Yeah, that's crazy though. That's really very encouraging. That's
Oh, that's why I'm like, dude, I have so much encouraging stuff to tell you.
Yeah.
It'll have to be a whole other conversation.
Yeah. We'll have to do that. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Nobody's.